Dustin, how's it going, man?
Rem, I am so good. I've got my two Gator friends behind me hanging out in Florida, so everything's
Dude.
great.
That's so awesome. I totally thought you were kidding when you told me you were going to do that.
No, 100%. Dude, I don't mess around. When I say I'm going to make a Florida background,
Clearly
it's happening.
you don't.
Yeah.
That's so awesome, man. How are things in Florida, man? How sweaty are you right now?
I'm literally just sweaty all the time. I apologize for cursing, but I have swamp ass 24/7. That is 100% a real thing. So you just get used to it. You get baby powder for your butt, and you rip it. You go with it. It's full send. That's Florida.
I don't know. I don't think I would last a day. I'm not. Look, I'm from Montreal. There's snow. It's cold. Not now. Obviously, it's summer.
Yeah.
Okay. So for those of you who think that, and by those of you, I mean for you Americans that think in Canada is just igloos year round. No, it's summer here in Montreal. It is hot. Probably not as hot and humid as in Florida, but we do have summers.
Yeah.
But just to say that I would not look, humidity and I don't go well together. I was born and raised here in Montreal, so I'm used to the cold. It's in my blood and veins.
Yeah, it's a big change. I'll tell you what, though, come down in the winter and you will fall in love. You're going to want to be a snowbird, which everyone does, right? So I keep telling people Florida's full. There's this great state right on top of us called Georgia. Lots of space there, a lot of great stuff. People come to Florida. There's gators here. There's mosquitoes. It's terrible. Don't come to Florida. It's awful here. We're full. We're done. So stay in Canada.
Yeah, there's a bunch of us though. They call them snowbirds.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Y'all
come down. You're like a swarm of mosquitoes that come down and like clog our roads up, and like your appendix is burst, so I have to fix you at the hospital. It's so annoying every single time. Like, hey, how you doing? My appendix doesn't feel good. I'm like, go home.
Those are my people.
I was on a cruise ship, and I came down and I ate too much food, and my gallbladder exploded. I'm like, God, again? Okay, yeah, whatever. No, we love you guys. It's so much fun. It's all the different cultures. It's great. I get to talk to people from different parts of the world every single day. It's so much fun. It's very much a melting pot, kind of the east coast of Florida. Lots of different kinds of people. I speak German, and randomly people will come in, and it'll be like Helga von Neuenstein, and I'm like, oh, wie geht's? And she'll be like, oh, du sprichst Deutsch? It's so fun.
Wow, dude. Where did that come from?
So I signed up for Spanish in high school, and I wrote down
German, though.
Well, but so I did. There's gators attacking my brain. There's not much left here. Yeah. So I signed up for Spanish. I wrote down the wrong course number, and I ended up in German. And there were some cute Fraulein's in there. So I was like, oh, I'm going to learn to speak Deutsch. So it's like that song, Sprechen Sie Deutsch, baby, from Beck.
Es ist Landa.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I just pulled something out of my ass.
How's your French?
My French is good. It's my first language.
Ah, okay. Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Montreal.
I'm Québécois.
Ah.
Do you hear that?
Bonne soirée.
Bonne soirée. Yeah, that's me. That's my people.
Very cool.
Yeah, dude.
Very cool.
Yeah, man. I was just thinking before we hopped on, like you mentioned that you live in Florida before. You told me that a couple of times. Why though? What is it? And I'm not saying it's not. Look, I've been to Florida, I think twice, but it was in my youth. My parents took me there, probably Disney World. I don't even remember it. I think I was like, the thing is, my parents took me everywhere when I was too young to remember anything.
Yeah.
My sisters were older, so they remember.
Yeah.
But I don't remember a thing about Florida.
That's some great dad advice. Like
Epcot
your kids will
Center?
Yeah.
Is
sure.
that a thing?
Your kids will remember how they feel, but they won't necessarily remember big details about big trips. So if you're going to spend that money, spend it on something different maybe than like taking them to really crowded places like Disney World. Like, again, don't come to Florida. If your kid is 3 years old, do not take him to Disney World. That's a waste of money.
So not yet. My kids are 6 and 4, so should I go now?
I would wait a couple years. Wait until they're like 8, and they'll really appreciate it.
Okay.
I go to Disney with my son because it's 20 minutes away, and like, why not? But to fly down and like get the hotel and set it up, go take him skiing. Do something classically Canadian. Get him moose rides and hockey sticks. I don't know what you guys do up there. So,
something with hockey and
yeah, exactly.
Do you even know what this is, by the way?
I don't. What is that?
You don't?
I have no idea. What is that?
This is one of the most historical franchises, you guessed it, in hockey, the Montreal Canadiens.
Oh, it's the Expos from baseball. Nice. Okay, that's good. Wait, do you
No,
see my
dude.
America shirt? No, I am familiar with that team. They're an amazing team,
Oh,
storied
okay.
tradition, very very cool.
So you're not all the way American. You do know.
I'm kind of all the way American.
I'm gonna lose a whole bunch of followers following this episode for sure. Because I think like 90% of my audience is American.
Oh yeah, we love Canadians because y'all are so different.
you
You're much
though?
nicer. Oh, we do. We love you. Like
What's with Americans? Let me start it right away. What's with Americans and like looking down on Canadians? It's always been the butt of the joke in sitcoms growing up, man. Home Improvement, Friends, whatever. Canadian.
Yeah.
What's with that? I don't understand. We've been nothing but nice to you.
USA. we're not nice people. It's just how we're built. We can't help it. Okay,
What do we do? How do we fix it?
I think you have to win some world wars. Like I think you got to win maybe World War I or maybe II, like one of them. I mean, when you're back-to-back World War champs, you get a little ego.
We helped you a little bit.
You did. We appreciate
We sent like
that.
2 or 3 planes, I think.
Yeah, no, it was solid. We spoke to a Canadian sniper recently, actually, who holds the record for the longest shot in the world. I forget who it was a target, and they got him from like 2 miles away. They use mirrors, crazy system, really cool podcast episode talking to him. So no, y'all, you got some cool people up there for sure. It's a and it's a fun kind of back and forth thing we do, and it's because you're so nice. And you tolerate it so well. Like if you gave it back to us and you were like, "Oh, you're stupid alligators," and you wish you had maple syrup like we do, then okay, well, but you're too nice about it.
We send you beer, don't we?
You do. I love some Molson. There's some solid.
No, dude. You didn't just say that. Molson? If you want
not good.
piss,
No, it's not good.
if you want to drink urine right out of a bottle,
Yeah,
you get Molson.
it's up there with Bud Light. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not my favorite. No, the microbrewers up in. I've been to Canada. I went to Whistler. I've skied up there. That was really cool.
Okay.
One of the funniest things, they had multiple maple syrup stores, and they marketed single forest maple syrup. Right, so it's kind of like champagne from the Champagne region of France. Right, this was nobody pronounces it that way. I know. I went to France.
France.
And that's how Floridians say it. I went to France, man. Yeah, and but so it was like $70 an ounce for this single forest maple syrup, and the guy's trying to explain to me how most maple syrup is sourced from all over the world. Oh wait, I didn't buy it. I sipped it, and I was like, this tastes like maple syrup. I didn't feel it, but. Clever idea, but there were lots of people around me buying it, and they were all excited, and they're investing in it. It's probably worth $200 now, so I'm the one that got robbed by not buying it. Huge mistake, would have gone up in value. But so here's what I love about Florida. It's very unique. The wildlife here is incredible, right? I mean, the people here. It's
Evidently.
you're right. Yeah. Well, but it's not that different. I mean, you've seen some of the photos I posted. I'll just walk around, and there will be 10-foot alligators just chilling, and
Where
nobody
was
cares.
that? The last one that you posted, where was that? In your
That
backyard?
was 200 feet from my house on a walking trail behind my house. Yeah, they're just hanging out. No big deal. And they're friends. They're the neighborhood swamp puppies, and they're buddies. So during World War II, when the British were being bombed by the Germans, the first 3 weeks they were terrified, right, and demoralized, and the British people, they hid. And then after 3 weeks, they just started walking around, going to work, going to the market. There'd be a bombing next door. They didn't care. They just went, right? So it's amazing what humans get used to. You can literally have a billion-year-old dinosaur, right, that's opening its mouth and is like, big teeth, and you're just like, hey, Bob, we don't care. It's like that's cool to me to be able to do that. We're going hunting next month. We have tags to hunt 2 alligators. So hoping to get a 10-footer. That's the goal for next year. Alligator sausage is delicious.
Dude, excuse my ignorance, but how do you hunt a gator?
Not how you would think. So take a wild guess how you would hunt an alligator.
You catch them with a rope?
So that's you can do that in other states, but in Florida, you're not allowed to use a gun. You have to catch them with fishing poles. So it's a lot like deep sea fishing.
How do you fish a croc, bro?
So you get them in the jowl, and then you maybe get them on the tail. So it's a team sport where multiple people in the boat have a spike ball, and you reel, and you have to hit the gator with 2 different people at the same time. So he'll peer at you with his eyes. You go at night, you can see him. and you miss 100 times, right? And they go away, and I missed him again. But then another one, his big face comes up, and you nail him with 2 spike balls, and then you reel him in. They're death rolling, they're doing everything. These are dinosaurs you're fighting, and then you crossbow them. I'm not making any of this up. This is what you do. So you reel them in.
You could
shoot them with
it
a
up, and I wouldn't even know.
to stabilize it, and then use a bang stick, a charged shot at the end. Directly, there's a soft spot in the head.
Okay.
Where their tiny little alligator brain is, and they keep moving for hours afterwards. So you're in a very small boat with a 10-foot killer death dinosaur that's still moving and wiggling, and it's a little weird, but that's alligator hunting. So
wow.
It's
and again, excuse the ignorance. What do you do with it after? Hang it up on your wall?
So it's almost done processing. So the best kind is the white lucite. So you just have the skull, and it's been marinating in the Florida sun for the past year. All the gore and the flesh has worn off, and just the bone is left. And then that will be what hangs on the wall. And then you can make alligator skin boots like Crocodile Dundee, right? You can do all that with the leather. And the meat is the best part, though. Alligator sausage, when you come down to visit in the winter, you're going to absolutely love it. It's absolutely delicious. It's a combination of like a flaky whitefish and chicken. It's absolutely incredible.
Okay, why does everybody say that everything tastes like chicken? I mean, hey, you ever tasted shark? Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, it tastes like chicken. They can't all taste like chicken.
Au contraire, my friend.
Oh, bravo. Très bien.
Merci. That's all the French I know. I'm done. I'm tapped out.
Okay, I won't test you anymore.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, for sure. So tell me, what do you love about Montreal? What makes where you live special? Why do you stay there? You got 2 children. What makes you say, I'm going to stay here as opposed to moving to someplace amazing like Florida, for example?
I don't want to get shot.
That's a good answer. Follower count.
Just lost 5 right there. I'm sorry. No. Okay, look.
That was good.
I was sort of half kidding.
Yeah.
And I say half kidding because part of me does think maybe it's an issue. I don't want to be that guy, though. Look, the media messes everything up, okay? Now, here in Canada, when the news is on, it's obviously it's going to be their version of it. Americans are fat and they have guns. You can't put everyone in the same category, though. Okay? Obviously, and we can't generalize, and that goes for anything. So I take that with a grain of salt, okay? I don't think that... I mean, I hear really bad statistics, like, is it 1 in 3 Americans are obese or something like that? Or
I think it's worse than that. Yeah.
You think it's worse than that?
Correct. Yeah, by the standard BMI calculations, nationwide, I think we have crested the 1 in 3 Americans obese. 75% of us are overweight, I think is where we're at now.
Wow. Dude.
Yeah.
And that's what, like KFC and McDonald's? That's the problem?
That's part of it. There's so much going into it. I really don't think it's fast food, though. I think it's the liquids that we drink. I think soda is a big problem. I think anytime you're drinking liquid calories, beer, any of that kind of stuff, that's the biggest culprit. When I was a personal trainer, I would challenge my clients. I would say, look, keep eating Snickers, do whatever you do, eat your regular diet. But seriously, and I would say, but cut the soda, cut the alcohol. I want you to only drink water, and coffee is fine too, but don't drink energy drinks, right? So no Monsters.
And not the mocha, vanilla...
Yeah, exactly.
Strawberry,
black coffee,
cheesecake, pumpkin spice.
And they had a really hard time with it. I was like, you could literally eat cake. And they're like, I know, but I can't have my Mountain Dew. And I was like, okay, we got to start here. You got to get to a point where you can literally just consume water, because that's what we're supposed to drink.
Okay,
right?
well, I mean, I'm not afraid of fat people, so that's not an issue.
Yeah. You're not fat phobic. Good. Okay.
No, not at all. One thing, though, look, I'm a big fan of the States and Americans in general. And I don't say that to be nice because you're my guest today. I say that because I mean it. I've been to the States a few times. I haven't been to all of them, so I can't say, all Americans are nice. I don't know that. I haven't met every single one of you.
Many of us are not. So, yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, if you believe the news. Probably not. But I've been to, I have cousins who live outside of Philadelphia. Been there many times. Love it. Very nice people. I don't mean my cousins. I mean
The people around them.
people around them. My cousins, I think I'm gonna leave them. I've been to Arizona because we have friends there. Absolutely loved it. Same thing. Really friendly people, and it's a red state, right? Arizona.
It is now. Yeah.
It is now. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I went shooting in the desert.
Oh, that's cool.
I never shot guns before in my life. You know, being Canadian.
What'd you think?
Dude, I loved it.
Pretty fun, right? You've got a lightning stick in your hand that like shoots. It's wild.
Yeah, man. I shot. Okay, I don't know my guns at all. One of them was an AR-15.
You shot an AR-15. Wow, you really started strong. You didn't go just like a little handgun.
No, well, he started me off with a handgun, and then we went up to shotgun, and then AR-15 was the last one. The all-time
a lot of power.
In the middle of the desert. It wasn't even organized, bro. There was no supervision whatsoever. We were shooting up against a hill.
Yeah.
He had a target, and that was it.
Yeah.
Behind a hill.
That's how most of us learn to shoot in America.
There's no shooting range or anything?
You could do that too. Yeah. I personally learned to shoot with a handgun in a field in North Carolina. Thanks,
Wow.
Keon. And so it's such a different culture, you're right, because it's such an unsafe thing, right? To just hand a child a gun and then, go. But
why are you calling me a child, man? I told you I was. This was not too long ago.
Well played, sir. Well played. Yeah. And it is so different. I really think the politics of it are so toxic back and forth in America that the solution is going to be technological. I firmly believe that politics almost never solves anything, which is why I don't really mess around with it too much. If something's really crazy, I'll make fun of it. But governments and politics don't ever solve anything.
I agree.
So one of my favorite founders, a guy named Brett Adcock, is the founder of Figure Robotics, big competitor to Tesla. They're building what is probably the most advanced humanoid robot right now. It's training with ChatGPT. It can like pour you coffee. It's wild. They're working with BMW. You got to check it out. It's super cool.
Wow.
But his most recent venture is called Cover, and it's AI-powered weapons detection. So right now, in high schools in America, we have like a metal detector, and that's it. And you'll see like a kid like walk around the metal detector, and you're like, why didn't you test him? Like, you should check him too, right? It's not a great system. Like, I can see why bad things happen in high schools and all that, because it's just not, it's not the safest, like most secure environment by any stretch. So sending 5,000 hormonal, angry 18-year-old kids. Every time there's a school shooting, I'm gonna lose followers for this. It's like an angry 18-year-old kid who just got rejected by some girl, right? So he goes and shoots up the school. Like, that's like 70% of it. It's terrible.
No, but you're right, dude. The interviews after the fact with kids in his class. Yeah. Oh, he was. He didn't talk much. Kind of a loner.
Yeah.
There's a pattern there.
It's not just a gun thing, right? I get that. I mean, I totally understand where you're coming from, that like it's probably you're less likely to get shot in Canada than you are in America. That's a real thing for sure. And there's just as much mental illness in America in Canada.
People get stabbed here.
Yeah, that's a good point, right?
Because we don't have guns. Away.
Yeah. But so what Cover does is it ignores the politics. Whether you're a huge Second Amendment guy like George is, when you talk to him, he's going to be like, I love guns. They're the best thing. It's how we protect freedom.
He's an army guy,
which I kind of get as well. Like, when you look at what the American government has done, like, talk to a Native American. My mom lived with the Native Americans in Montana for a few years. They're not big fans of the U.S. government, and I can see why, right? So trusting the government is kind of not the best move either. So I get the whole, like, let's try to stop tyranny. Whether it would actually work if 20 of us with handguns could stop like Navy SEALs, maybe, I don't know. It's like, but regardless, that's a different issue.
Yeah.
So that's the politics of it. Toxic on the left and the right. It's a mess, right?
Yeah.
But solutions are, we have AI-powered systems that can detect very effectively if there's one, a person who might have a weapon, or two, what kind of weapons might be in that environment. And that's a game changer. That's so different from a simple metal detector. So I expect in the next couple of years, this system is...
How close are we to that?
I think we're 3 to 5 years out. So it's not, that close. But I think our children, by the time they enter schools, will be able to benefit from this type of technology. And that's how you fix things, right? You don't do it by going out there and protesting guns, or that. You're not
going to ban guns, and I don't think they should anyway. It's and as an outsider, I can probably be objective on this since it doesn't affect me, but I don't think banning it is going to do anything. There's the black market, if anything. So And also, I don't know how you're going to take away the guns of the people that own them now. That's a whole other good luck with that type of thing.
Americans with guns really like guns.
Yeah.
Like almost as much as you like hockey sticks. Like imagine in your mind how much you love your hockey stick, right?
Yeah, we love them.
And then multiply that by 100. That's how much Americans love our guns. So good luck prying it out of our hands.
Plus, it's backed by an amendment, so...
Also true. Yeah, good luck overturning the Second Amendment.
There's no amendment for hockey sticks. Yeah. There should be.
I don't believe that. I think that there is somewhere in the Canadian Constitution, there's a hockey stick amendment. And
I don't know. I'll look that up. I'll let you know.
Let's see if we can find it.
But the thing is, look, I was telling you, man, I really love the States. I've been to New York. I've been to Boston. I've been to Arizona, Pennsylvania, Cape Cod, those places.
Beautiful
really
spots.
Loved it. Lincoln, New Hampshire is one of my favorite towns in the States because it's right up in the White Mountains. And my wife and I, we love hiking. And we've been to Lincoln, New Hampshire at least like 3 or 4 times now. And it's only like 3 hours from Montreal, so it's great by car. Why do you look puzzled?
I forget, because I think, there's the ice mountains where the dragons are that separates Canada and America. So how do you get past the ice mountain? How do you do that in 3 hours?
Hockey sticks.
In your tiny Canadian car.
We're chomping away at hockey sticks.
That's okay. Now it makes sense. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
So was Game of Thrones not real with the White Walkers? Do you guys is that not a thing?
No, it's there.
Okay, good. Thank you. I was so worried for a second. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I got
wow.
you. I got you, man.
I watched like 100 hours of that show. So if it's not real, like that's a waste of time. So I'd be really sad.
For sure. No. It's 100% real. Yeah.
Okay, man. Okay, we're good. Back at it. All right, excellent. Yes. Thank you.
So yeah, I love the States, and I would actually love to move there if I could. My wife, on the other hand, not so much. She's a lot more afraid of the shootings than I am, especially the school shootings. And there does seem to be an extraordinary amount or number of shootings, school shootings. Again, it seems like a lot because that's what we see in the news.
It's also scary. A lot because it's a lot. It's
is
awful.
There? I don't want
to.
Yeah,
I don't want to. Tragedy. It's beyond unacceptable. Yeah, no, I'm completely with you. Would it be the top issue as to why I wouldn't move somewhere? Probably not. But I completely understand where she's coming from.
I told her, look, it probably depends on the area, like which town or city you're in, right? You move in South Boston, maybe it's a thing, or Chicago, or.
That's why the school shootings are so terrifying, is because they're completely random. They happen in affluent areas. They happen in bad areas.
Affluent areas, though?
Oh, 100%. Columbine, where it was one of the first big ones, that's not
that's
a
Colorado,
terrible area.
Right?
Columbine, Colorado, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was a small town type of thing? It was a nice neighborhood?
Nice-ish. Yeah. No, it's not bad. I mean, a lot of the shootings in Florida are in pretty nice neighborhoods. Fort Lauderdale Airport, one happened in the baggage claim.
Okay, so we're not going to show this to my wife.
Yeah, no, it's bad stuff. I hate it. And I it's very important that we find solutions ASAP. We're not going to find them politically, though. So how we find it is we find technological solutions that bypass the politics.
Right.
Right? I mean, look at how dangerous it is to drive in a car. It's infinitely more dangerous to get on a highway and go drive in a car than it is to be worried about guns. You want to talk about the real issue? Let's talk about highway fatalities. Awful.
Yeah.
How do you fix it? Right? You don't. I mean, banning cell phones helps a little bit. Are you guys allowed to like text and drive in Montreal?
No.
Oh,
Why?
We could do that all day in Florida. I'm driving past people. They're on Twitter.
Serious?
They're posting threads. You could 100%. You could blow past a cop with your phone. I don't do it, but you can. There's nothing. There's no law against it. Florida's crazy.
What's the logic with that?
I don't get it. And there's most of the states in America, I believe, do have bans against texting and driving, but we just haven't gotten there yet with Florida.
Oh my God, dude! Reason number 365.
If there was like a law, yeah, right. If there was a law that I wanted to get passed, if I was like, all right, let me go in the legislature and get a law, it wouldn't be like some big thing. It would just be that simple. You cannot text while you're driving, or you get a $500 fine. Like, boom. Let's fix that. But regardless, we can't stop people politically. But what we're going to do is full self-drive, right? We're going to take driving away from people who, even when we're not texting, we're sleepy. We might be drunk, right? There's a lot of bad things. Maybe I had too many Molsons the night before because it's so delicious. And, I haven't had Molson beer in like 20.
That's strike number two. Strike number two right there. One more and you're out.
All right, yeah, you throw me out. Exactly. I'll go hang out with my gator friends. I'm not worried about it. But that's how you get to solutions, right? Is you create full self-drive, you take that out of the equation, and you're more efficient, you're safer. So many benefits to it, right? So I'm a firm believer that if you're given option A or option B, you bypass option A and B to option C, which is your better option, and that's how the world gets better every single time. It never happens through politics. So,
okay.
Yeah, Canadians have different policies than America. You guys, your president has much nicer hair. I got to give him that. Justin Trudeau, that's a pretty man. He's got,
yeah, because that's what we need.
Queen, like written all. Yeah, exactly. Do I agree with
most of
his
long as he's pretty?
That's what it's all about. Exactly. Yeah, and he speaks French. That's amazing, right? So it's he's got it all.
Yeah, it's kind of like a requirement to speak French. So, but yeah, okay, I get your point.
Yeah, fair enough. Never like good hair and speaks French. It's I get it. I get the appeal.
The women like him. Not anymore. In the beginning, they did. The women liked him, because of the looks.
Yeah.
But no. Since his tenure, no, not so good.
How was okay? So a little politics here. The Canadian trucker stuff, right?
Yeah.
When he froze all their bank accounts, how did that go over? Did Canadians like that's cool? Like,
no,
they shouldn't have been protesting. Let's take their money. Or most Canadians like they can do that.
Okay.
I don't like this. Like, what? Yeah, tell me about the background. Because as Americans, we were like, that's terrifying. If they tried to do that to us, we would like riot in the streets with our guns.
Yeah,
but you guys don't have guns, so I don't know what you do. As far
hockey
as,
sticks,
like,
man. Are you not following?
Let's go.
There's nobody here. I'm pointing at nobody. No. Look, it was very much divided. I don't want to get too much into detail because we don't have that much time left. But how much time do you got? Because
we got 5-10 minutes.
Thing,
yeah, just give me the 60-second spiel.
Very much divided. Not 50-50 though. I would say 75-25. 75 were like completely outraged.
Yeah,
rightfully so. In my opinion. Again, I don't want to. I'll
follower
lose some
count.
Canadian followers. It's over for me.
It's so over.
My 15 followers that I had are
now
now
you're down
gone.
to 10. That's okay though. You can go. You can keep going from there. It's fine.
Yeah, no, that was. I can't believe you guys heard about it because since when does American media cover Canada? That's a total shock for me.
I mean, quite often. Y'all are neighbors. I'm pretty up on Canadian news. There's what, like 7 million of you up there? Like, it's pretty well populated.
You know what's so funny? Every time, and you did the same thing offline. We were talking about how we were going to discuss this, like Florida, and you said Florida versus Canada. And in my head, look at this American. He thinks Canada is like the whole thing. There's like no divisions within Canada. Like, where do you live? Oh, Canada. Canada's a whole big country. I live in Montreal. You know the different provinces and different cities in Canada? Is
that like a state? Is that like a province is like a state? Same kind of thing there? Yeah. No, I'm just trying to clarify.
Again, there's nobody there. Don't worry. There's nobody.
Unbelievable. Yeah. No, so okay. So I've been to Toronto and I've been to British.
Oh, you know a
BC,
city.
Yeah.
Look at
I do.
you.
Yeah.
The big
I've
brain
actually,
on Brett.
Yeah. I'm actually banned from the Canadian side of Niagara Falls. So
What? You're joking.
I could go to the Buffalo side, but I'm not welcome anymore in the Canada side. So
you want to explain that?
Yeah, of course. So drove all night to get to a Magic the Gathering tournament in Toronto. I was a ranked Magic the Gathering player for years. I was like on the pro tour, made money, all that kind of stuff. Did the Grand Prix, did well. I was really excited about it, and we wanted to go see Niagara Falls like you do. So we go, and there's a big roped off area that says, it was in French. I don't know what it said. It said like, don't come here. No trespassing. Like whatever, no trespassar. Whatever the French is for that. And so I dropped my keys and jumped over the railing and climbed up because there's this really cool cave up there. So we climb into the cave and we do like Plato's Cave. We're doing all this crazy stuff. We're all talking. It was great. We're about that until the Canadian Mounties showed up. And I swear to God, the man actually said this to me. He said, "What's this about, eh?" And what I should have done was I should have said, "Sir, I am so sorry. I shouldn't be here." But I started laughing.
I would have too.
And he said, "What's so funny, eh?" And that just made it worse. At that point, it was good. So they made me sign a thing with my name and said, "Please don't come back." And so I don't know what the statute of limitations on that. I was 19 at the time, but I still don't think I'm allowed. I need to ask.
You should try. You should try to just come back and see what happens.
See what happens. Yeah, they'll come out. I'll get beaten down with hockey sticks. I would guess is the next move there.
There you go. You picked up.
Yeah, but no, I love it. It's a wonderful country. I can't wait to come back. Banff is on my list of like places I have to go. So have you been to Banff?
No, never.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we can go together. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'll bring one of my alligator friends with me. We go check it out. Go skiing.
Yeah, man. That'd be
a
fun.
good time. Yeah, bring the kids. But no, I get it. Canada is, you got, what is it? Provinces? You said you got the thing is
right.
That a city or is that a state? Or a city-state?
So the province is the equivalent of the state.
Okay. Very nice.
And within those provinces, you have cities, just like you.
Okay.
Isn't that amazing?
It really is. Now, are there enough people in Canada to actually make a city? Like, is each person their own zip code? Like, how does that?
Yeah, pretty much. So then why do I have so many goddamn annoying neighbors then? Huh? How do you explain that, eh?
I have no explanation for it. I'm so baked from the heat of being here.
It's frying your brain, man.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but you asked me, and I still haven't answered why I like it here in Canada. Well, Montreal, right? Because I'm not everywhere in Canada. I'm in Montreal. It's hard for me to find an answer because I can think of a lot of bad things. The good things are, I don't know, free education and healthcare.
Nice.
But we're heavily taxed. So you could make the argument that actually we are paying for it. Because here in Quebec, especially Quebec is the province. We spoke about that 30 seconds ago. In the province of Quebec, taxes are so very high. Very bad.
So in Florida, my state tax is
zero. I know
0%. Right? Yeah. So how does how do I get from 0 to what is your province
so
tax?
it depends on your income range. Just to give you an idea, for me, it's around 45% income tax.
Really?
Yeah.
And you pay that willingly. You just hand that over.
Not willingly, but I do have to pay it.
That's a lot of taxes.
That's a lot of taxes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Does it seem worth it? Does it feel good to... I know, I'm just trying to... I'm trying to help.
You're no help at all. Tell you that right now. Cost of living. Even cost of living is high here in Montreal. Any big city, cost of living will be high. So housing is a problem. The poutine's good. I don't know. Have you
oh my gosh, poutine top 10 food choices.
No,
if you could give me like sushi, like pasta, I would put poutine top 10.
You're like the only American that says it doesn't look like a plate of vomit.
It's not the most aesthetic, although I've been to places that do a nice job with it looks good and it tastes good as well. But it's hard to make bad poutine. It's just a great recipe. It's fantastic. Is it worth 45% taxes? I don't know. We have pretty good food here too. We have alligator sausage. You ever had frog legs?
No, I have not.
Have frog legs
The
here?
French guy has not had frog.
Oh, I did not expect it. So real quick, I visited France 10 years ago. My aunt has a castle in the south of France, Chateau Belcastel, about 3 hours south of Paris. And I was surprised, too. I got there, and I was like, I thought you meant chateau like house. No, it's a castle, 9th century, flying buttresses, full moat, the full shebang. It's crazy. It's a story for the time.
Royalty.
She is. She's actually a knight in the French army. She's a chevalier or grand dame or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
I know. Crazy. So when it was like the foods there were really interesting. So like my first day in Paris, I ordered what I thought was steak with tartar sauce, and they handed me raw hamburger. Right. So I was a little surprised by the whole thing.
You Americans like your steak cooked well done, like really.
Well done. No, we look down on that too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, when someone orders a steak well done, it's very hard for me to respect them. It's not a good thing. Yeah, no, you got to go rare, medium rare, somewhere.
Yeah, exactly,
sure.
man.
So everyone I talked to, very well spoken, all throughout the countryside, spoke great English, great French, wonderful people. But I met one lady, chain smoking a cigarette. She was from Bordeaux. And she said, "Oh, you did not think I would speak your language, but I do."
Dude, why do you sound like Ratatouille?
Like,
is that Remy the rat?
No, the skunk that's always sexually harassing the Pepe Le Pew.
Ah, yeah,
He's a skunk, but he falls in love with the cat. And he doesn't. Yeah, exactly. But she was the female version of Pepe Le Pew. It was the most incredible experience of my life. I love France. It's a beautiful place.
So, in conclusion, should I move to Florida? Guys, let me know in the comments what you think. Dustin made his points. I made my points. I hate Montreal. He loves Florida. What should I do?
Wait, should I move to Canada?
No, that's pretty much clear. 45%.
My income is very
I said
low.
45%.
45% is very low.
You're
is
a
like
doctor
not...
and a professor, and you got your royalty. And
I have to eat alligator. I don't even get to eat real food. I have to go hunt alligators.
You would have to import that. We have no gators here whatsoever.
That's tough. These are my buddies.
You would have to FedEx some gator meat.
There you go.
And by
over
the time
the
it
ice
gets
wall.
here,
To get
yeah.
to
So by the time it gets here, it will be as hard as a hockey stick. Oh. On that, my friend Dustin, thank you so much for joining Dads with Mike. See you next time.